Let's go ahead and start. Hello and welcome to the class. So good to see you all. All right, so let's find a comfortable seat. Close your eyes. Place your hands onto your thighs and your knees. And very gently create a little bit of rocking movement. When we close eyes, we start to drop inside. And when we drop inside, we start noticing a little bit more. So after some movement, you get the kinks out, and then press your hands into your thighs and lift the heart up. As you inhale, draw your shoulders up, keep your eyes closed, draw your shoulders up towards your ears. And exhale, release them down. Keep the shoulders down, released away from your chest. And pull the navel in gently. Breathing to open the space within yourself. In yoga, we talk a lot about finding that space in between. How you feel the suspension between the Mother Earth and the Father Sky. And you feel that suspension, you feel the space that you sort of not even fall in, you just are. And if you want to marry the esoteric meaning, the mystical meaning of that space in between to the quantum mechanics or the quantum physics, you can think of the electrons leaping, right? And when they leap, there is the gap in between. And that's what we are. With the myriad of infinite possibilities between this place and that. We exist in time and space, and we have the luxury of feeling that. We have the senses. So allow yourself to feel that space, that gap within yourself. That is so much more than the actual material things that, if condensed together, would amount to the space on the edge of a needle. Everything else is the space in between. With the next breath in, allow your wings to spread out and up as if you're flying high. Breathe in deeply. And as you exhale, draw your hands down to your chest, bowing down. Maybe you create an intention for the practice. And maybe your intention is to act from your heart, from the space of love, not necessarily the romantic love that is so much hyped about, especially today, but the space within you that is open to everything. Realizing that you are not alone on this earth. We're in this cosmic ocean, vibrating on different frequencies. So sometimes it's hard to connect, but we are made of the same material. And very unique, because we're born under different stars. With the next breath in, extend your wings out to the sides, lengthen the spine, and then softly start leaning over to the right. Release the right hand to the floor, lift the left, and very gently start pulsing. Make sure your right shoulder and your right elbow are soft, and keep your left hip grounded. Beautiful. Kim, soften your elbow a little bit, your bottom right elbow. Yeah, shoulder too. Beautiful. As you inhale, come back to the center, arms extend, and exhale, left hand lands, right one lifts, and softly find the stretch through the other side of the body. Allow yourself to close the eyes and experience the vibration of your spirit. Beautiful. Now from here, turn your gaze down, allow your right hand to land on the floor. Walk yourself to the center and create a little bit of movement side to side. Hearing the music within your own heart that starts to move you, right? So we're always dancing to the music in our hearts. Sometimes we tune into what is outside, but if we want to act from the place of integrity, it's the music that comes from within. Inhale and exhale, soften down. Allow your head to go down. And maybe the head wants to move, maybe it wants to be down. But feel your elbows potentially touching the ground, forearms down, and soften. Notice which shin is in the front. Right? You will feel the stretch in the outer hip in that area. Another deep breath. And then as you exhale, prop yourself up, come back to seated. Unravel the legs, place the feet in front of you and bring your hands behind your back. And then make sure that you open the chest, so just puff the chest forward. As you inhale, straighten your right leg, flex the foot, and then release the foot down. And then inhaling straight, the left foot flex, or left leg, flex the foot, release it down, and a couple more times. Straightening the leg, flexing the foot. Now you can continue doing that, right? Especially if you're a beginner, or if you want a little bit more, grab hold of your the back of your thighs, pulling the chest closer to the thighs, coming to the boat pose. Any variation. Toes may stay down. You may make your shins parallel to the floor. You may extend the arms. If you want still more, you can extend, straighten your legs. Now lift your arms up. Inhale, exhale over to the right. Inhale, back up to the center, exhale to the left. Inhale, come back up. And as you exhale, cross the legs in the opposite direction. So the opposite shin is in the front. So if you had the right, place the left, coming back to cross leg. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And exhale, turn the palms out, press the walls apart. Bring the arms behind your back, clasp them behind your back. Straighten your arms, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale. Exhale, lean forward, lift the arms away from your sacrum. Breathe deeply. Feel the shoulders trying to collapse, not to collapse through the chest. Inhale one more time. And as you exhale, unclasp your hands, bring them forward. All right, inhale, soften the belly, lift the head up. Exhale, soften down. Now the elbows and the forearms come down to the ground. Breathe in deeply, allow yourself to allow the breath to go to the back of your lungs, opening them out. If you're familiar with it, start using Ujjayi breath. And with the next breath in, walk yourself back up to seated. If you have a blanket underneath you, I suggest you move the blanket away and make sure you are sitting where you can lie down on the mat, okay? So we're gonna come in the regular boat pose and then come to low boat pose and come down on the ground. So coming to regular boat pose, inhale, lift the arms, exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back up to the center, exhale to the left. Now, extend the arms forward, straighten the legs, start coming down slowly. Use the control of your body, try not to just plump down, right? And then release everything down. Deep breath, open the shoulders, release the muscles, no tension anywhere. Exhale through the mouth. And then bend your right knee, grab it in, gently move the knee from one shoulder to the other. When we were in the forward fold, you started noticing the muscles in the outer hips, right? When we were folding down. So now you sort of allowing those muscles to release a little bit more. Now pull the knee to your chest, lift your head towards your knee, and then lift your left leg. Just foot is barely, it's hovering. And with the next breath in, lift that left leg straight and then release it down. Lift it back up. and release it down. All right, release the foot to the floor, release the head to the floor. With your left hand, hold on to the outside of your right knee. Extend the right arm out to the side and pull the knee over to the left. As you're pulling the knee to the left, you're coming into a gentle supine twist. Make sure your right shoulder stays grounded. If your right shoulder comes off the floor, then lift your knee, return back to position, and then pull the knee down again. And then close your eyes. You can turn your head to the right and breathe. Feel how the gentle twist starts to open the pathways, allowing the muscles to lengthen, allowing the breath to move in a different pattern. And with the next breath in, come back to the neutral spine. Extend the leg to the floor. Release the arms down by your sides. Now, inhale, lift your arms all the way up and stretch like a full body stretch. Reach, 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 reach. And as you exhale, bend your knees, bring them into the chest, pull your nose to your knees, and then release the head back down. All right, now hold on to your left knee, extend your right leg, just hover for a moment, and then release it down. Now start making gentle movements side to side. Left knee is moving from your right shoulder towards the left. It's a little bit like a crescent shape, not a straight line. Beautiful. Now, hold on to the knee, lift your head once again, and then lift your right foot off the floor and start lifting it straight up. Exhale, release it down. One more time, lift the leg straight up, and exhale, release it down. Beautiful. Now, your right hand holds on to the outside of your left knee. Left arm extends to the side. Pull the knee over to the right. Now, make sure that your left shoulder stays grounded. Breathe. Notice how the muscles on the front of the chest, right? On the front of the shoulder, rather, starts to lengthen. So you feel how the left arm goes out to the side, and you feel the muscles on the left shoulder really getting a good stretch. Maybe even that stretch is going into the armpit. And you can achieve that if you press the left hip point further away from the shoulder. Like you energetically push that hip away. Good. Inhale. And exhale, come back to the center. All right, now bend both knees. Place your feet to the floor. Arms down by your sides. Flatten your lower back to the ground. Really flatten it so it's down. And then extend your arms out to the sides. Spread your fingers like you're holding on to the earth. Maybe even sort of crawl them out a little bit more so you feel how they are stretched out. So there is some tension in the body, right? The arms are really stretched and the lower back is pressed into the ground. Now soften that, and with the next breath in, lift your arms up and lift your hips up, a gentle bridge. Exhale, hips and the arms start going down. Starting the gentle flow. Inhale, arms and the hips flow up. Exhale, down. Continue at your pace, about 3 more times. Noticing how when you get connected to the breath, you get connected to everything around you. All right, you start feeling more at peace, more at ease with everything else, be it animate or inanimate objects, right? And maybe love is that, feeling at peace, feeling one, feeling that unity, right? And then softly come down. All right, so hips down, arms down. Cross your shins and start rocking up and down. until you come into a seated position. And so you do maybe 3 rocks to massage the muscles. And then when you come up, swing the shins to the side, or you can roll forward, come into tabletop. So now you can get your blanket and place it underneath your knees for support. So knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders, and start making circles with your body. Imagine that the space underneath your heart is the center, and you're making circles around it. Spread your fingers wide so you start noticing how the wrists and the forearms are being stretched, right? The muscles there. Still going in the same direction. Deep breaths. Okay, go ahead and change direction. Good. All right, come back to the center. Now rotate your fingers towards your knees. So you turn them out and towards your knees. The eyes of your elbows face forward. All right, and then bend the elbows and start peeling the palms off the floor until just the fingertips touch, and then come back down. And do it a few more times. And the elbows bent, you shift your weight back, and then press your palms down. Those are the muscles that we rarely stretch in our daily activities. So it should feel really good to do that. All right, and then come back to your neutral tabletop. And then cat-cow starts. Inhale, belly drops, crown of the head and the tail lift. Exhale, push away from the ground. Opening and closing. Tuning into the song of your heart. Allowing yourself to flow. With that tune. All right. After your next exhalation, come back to your neutral spine and then grab a block. Place the block between your hips, between your thighs, sorry, and squeeze it. You're squeezing it towards the back. All right, so squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Tops of the feet are down. The spine is neutral. Pull the navel in. Now, tuck your toes and lift your knees just a little bit off the floor so you feel the engagement of the core muscles. Hold it and then release it down. Keep squeezing. Walk your hands forward, tuck your toes, and lift your hips into down dog. Keep squeezing the block towards the back. Open your fingers, press away from the ground. Rotate your shoulders out. Create a ski slope with your back. Come up on the tippy toes as you inhale. Exhale, press the heels down. 2 more times. Inhale, come up on the tippy toes. Exhale, press them down. If you don't have a block, don't worry about it. Just squeeze your thighs anyway. Imagine a block squeeze in between. Inhale up, exhale down. All right, release the knees to the floor and move the block out. So placing the block in between the thighs gives you an idea how to release your spine, right? So the pelvis allows the spine to kind of lengthen more in down dog and any inversion. Now, come back to your neutral tabletop, extend the right leg back, and start pulsing it up. And not just the leg, but the whole body. Inhale, heart opens, leg lifts. Exhale, now bring the knee to the nose. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, close. At your own pace. If it starts getting too hot, guys, let me know. I will turn it down. Feels like it's starting a little bit. Good. All right. One more time. Open up. Exhale, close. And then release the knee down. Move your hips a few times side to side. And then extend the left leg, point the toes. Pulse it a couple of times to just notice, right? And when you're ready, inhale, open. Exhale, close. And some of us prefer to do it faster. Some do it really slowly, meditatively. Your body knows best. So I'm giving you suggestions and then you follow your heart. All right, 2 more times. Opening up and closing. 1 last time. And then release it down. Now walk your left hand forward a lot. Bend your right elbow, so you're creating the forearm in front of you, kind of cross down, and release your forehead down. Make sure your hips stay above your knees, and you walk your left hand further forward, so you're opening the left shoulder. If you don't feel the shoulder, then walk your hand forward more. Beautiful. If your hips move back, you may feel less in the shoulder, right? So a couple of ideas for you to notice. If you have really sensitive or really open shoulders, then don't go too much. And that concerns, by the way, any kind of stretch. If you are a really flexible person, then don't go into the extreme flexibility. Rather, engage the muscles to work on strengthening them. Because obviously you don't need more flexibility, you need more strength. We either have one or the other most of the time. Lift your head, prop yourself back up, and now extend the right arm forward, bend the left elbow, forearm in front of you, place your forehead down, and doing the other side. So right arm extended, reach it further forward if you need to. And if it's very easy, then imagine that your hand is down and you're pulling the arm into the shoulder. That will create resistance. And that will work on strengthening of the muscles in the shoulder girdle. If your shoulders are tight, then don't tighten anything, then just breathe into them and see how much relaxation you can bring into the shoulder. Beautiful. All right, come back to your tabletop. And then step the right foot forward. Grab your blocks. Create a pretty big space between the front foot and the back knee. Some of you may not need the blocks. I like to use the blocks because my arms are short and otherwise my chest will be down. Okay, so lifting the heart up, inhale. Make sure the knee doesn't go past the toes. Exhale, pull the hips back. Take the blocks with you. Lift your toes up, have your heart lifted, and then press the toes down. Lift them up, press them down. One more time, lift them up, press them down. Now, as you lift them up, rotate the foot side to side. Good. All right, now inhale up, exhale, pulse forward. Kaya, you can grab the blocks if you want. Yeah. As you're lengthening yourself, find more stretch. So if you don't have the blocks, hands can be on the floor, right? So allowing yourself to go into the hamstring stretch. All right, next inhale, lift your heart up, come forward into lunge, bring the blocks to the front and lift them here. Exhale, pull the hips back and bow. And start this gentle flow. Inhale, open. And smile, exhale, pull it back and bow, Your own flow. Sometimes we want to pause and maybe move the hips a little bit, right? Or maybe the hamstring stretch is still calling our name. This is one of the best flows that we can do on a daily basis, especially if we live sedentary lifestyles, right? And right now being closed off, that applies for pretty much everybody. All right, so next time when you come forward into a lunge, pause there, tuck your back toes, lift the knee off the floor. Now gaze back, make sure you're not on a tightrope, sort of like 2 railroad tracks, right? Step just a little closer so you can feel stability, bring your hands to your thigh. Now your torso at about 45-degree angle, do not lift it all the way up, okay? Now extend your arms forward, plug the arms into the shoulders. If you want to go deeper, you can go deeper, but hold yourself. That's a stabilizing effect. Inhale. Exhale, move the arms back and lift them up high. Spread your fingers. With the next breath in, allow your arms to flow forward and up. Come up into your high crescent. Breathe in, exhale. Inhale again, and exhale, release the hands down, step back to tabletop, change legs. Left foot comes to the front, right knee down. Create more distance, open up. Breathing in deeply, and exhale, pull it back and bow. Now, before we go into the flow, take the blocks closer to you, lift the heart, press the toes down, lift them up, doing it 3 times. So down and up, maybe you're wiggling the toes, feels good too. Really good for the front of the foot. And then lift the toes and rotate. Not just the foot, but the whole leg is moving in the hip socket. All right, now toes are lifted, lift the heart, inhale, exhale, lean forward and pulse. Feel the hamstring stretch. Imagine there is a hook from the heel, and then you're pulling the leg into the hip socket. So it's both the hamstring stretch and then also the spinal muscles are being stretched. When you're ready, lift the heart, bend the knee, come forward, opening up. Exhale, pull it back and bow. Keep the blocks at the front now and just allow the flow to find itself in this gentle movement. Good. Couple more times. Lift the heart when you come forward. Yeah, good. All right, so next time when you come forward, gaze back, tuck your toes, lift the knee off the floor. Make sure you're not on a tightrope. Pull the navel in, hands come onto your front thigh. Lengthen yourself forward, extend the arms. So torso is about 45 degrees from the straight up, right? Or from horizontal, either way. Inhale, exhale, move the arms back, spread your fingers wide, extend them as high as they would lift, right? So you're sort of squeezing the shoulder blades. And then inhale, come up into your high crescent. Breathing in deeply, maybe a little bit of a back bend here, inhale, and exhale, come back down. All right, now move the blocks out of the way, hands to the floor, and lift into down dog. Move the blanket out of the way. Bend your right knee, press your left heel down, and then pulse that left heel. Right knee is bent. You're lifting and pressing down the left heel. So you really feel the calf muscles. All right, change sides. Bend your left knee, pulse your right heel up and down. All right, and then bend both knees like you're getting ready to jump. Pulse a couple of times, and then straighten your legs, press the heels down. We're coming into the season when the voices break and change. I know my voice always breaks in February and in March. Like I'm going through puberty, right? Like teenager's voice, so funny. All right, so come up on your tippy toes, start walking forward. The heaters, the change of the seasons, all of that affect our bodies. All right, so feet are parallel to each other, hip widths apart, gently rock back and forth. Fingers stay on the floor for support. Spread them out, you can even wiggle them. Did I say fingers? Yeah, fingers, right. All right, inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, spread your wings, come up all the way, reach up tall. Exhale, hands to the heart. Release the arms down by your sides. Let's find our mountain pose. Feet are parallel to each other, hip widths apart. Maybe you create some movement. Lift your toes and create a gentle rocking movement side to side so that you start noticing the balls of the feet. And then back and forth. This is a little bit more precarious, right? So maybe you're holding on to something, or maybe you trust yourself. All right, and then find the stillness. Let's bend the knees, and as you inhale, just pull the energy up into the body. Exhale softly. 2 more times. Inhale, bend the knees, pull the energy up through your feet and into the body. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, draw it up. Exhale. And then notice your own presence, your heartbeat. You're not alone in this universe. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, step your right foot back into a lunge. Exhale, left foot back to down dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin. Inhale, scoop up to cobra, and exhale to down dog. As you inhale, step the right foot forward into a lunge. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more of those. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, left foot back into a lunge. Exhale, right foot back to down dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, scoop up to cobra. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, left foot forward to lunge. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Press your thumbs to your breastbone. Feel how the heart beats faster. All right, the whole sun salutations are designed to move the blood, open up the pathways for the energy to flow, and engage all muscles. With the next breath in, sweep your arms out and up. Right hand grabs the left, pull yourself up and over to the right. Pressing the hips in the opposite direction. Keep your chest open up to the sky. Inhale, back up to the center. Exhale, fall down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Left hand grabs the right wrist. Pull yourself up and over to the left. Open the heart. Breathing in. Inhale, back up to the center. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Now open your eyes, find the focal point, something that is not moving, and then step your left foot back 3/4 of a leg length, not a full lunge, okay? A little closer so that you can drop the left heel down, grounding it. With the next breath in, lift your arms up. So make sure hips are facing to the front, okay? So if you place your hands here, you will notice, right? If you are opening the hips, your fingers will be facing in some different direction. Inhale. Exhale to cactus arms. Inhale, stretch the arms. Exhale, cactus arms. 3 more times. Inhale up. Exhale. As you move the elbows, push them back. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now from here, drop your forearms down. Pulse a couple of times. Spread the fingers wide and pulse them back. Now extend the arms. Bring your hands behind your back and clasp them. All right, so different steps here, different levels. Extend the arms. If you can, straighten them. Lift the heart, inhale. Exhale, lean forward. When you come to about parallel to the floor, so that's your first step. You may stay here, right? If you want, you can also lift your arms away. Now, if you want to go deeper, we're coming into humble warrior. Inhale, lengthen more. Exhale, go deeper into it. Breathe. Arms lift behind your back, and you're finding length through the spine. Now from here, unclasp your hand. No matter if you're in humble warrior or not, bring your hands down in front of you. Shift your weight forward and lift the left leg up all the way, coming into standing split, okay? Now, hands can be on the floor, or you can grab hold of your shin if you want to practice more balance, right? So the more intensity you want, I will give you more suggestions and modifications, and you can do those, or you can do less. Inhale. And then as you exhale, bend the knees, step way back into a lunge, full lunge now. All right, so grab your blocks if you have them, and then we'll flow with the left knee off the floor. Inhale up, exhale, straighten the leg and bow. Inhale, open, exhale, close. At your own pace. Good. Very nice. Sierra, move your front foot forward more. Yes, good. So when you come into a lunge, make sure your front knee doesn't go past the toes, because if you're close and you're doing this, there's too much pressure on the kneecap, okay? And the knee joint in general. All right, so inhale up. And then as you exhale, move the blocks out of the way, hands to the floor, step back to down dog. All right, walk it out. If you want to flow, feel free to flow. And your flow can be plank chaturanga up dog or plank knees, chest, chin, cobra. And then you'll come back to down dog. Some of you, of course, can substitute it with cat cow. All right, now look forward as you inhale. And then you're gonna get forward, so decide, you're gonna jump, walk, or step, right? Bend your knees, maybe jump. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Keep your hands at the heart, open your eyes, find the focal point. Now right foot steps back. 3/4 of a leg length, not full. Right, press that left hip crease back. Inhale, lift your arms up. Fine tune your pose, right? Exhale here, and then we'll start. Inhale, exhale to cactus arms. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more times. Lifting and lengthening. Exhale, you push to open the chest and the shoulders. One last time, open. Now keep your elbows where they are, drop your forearms down. And just pulse your forearms back. You really feel different muscle groups being stretched. Now straighten your arms, bring them back. Clasp them for a moment, and then notice, is it a habitual clasp? Do your fingers go in the same direction? That means that you are stretching your arm, the same arm all the time. So unclasp and change. All right, so opposite thumb will go to the top. It may feel kind of weird because we're not used to it. Straighten arms, lift the heart, inhale. Exhale, lean forward. So pausing here and explore. Do you want to stay here, right? It's not easy to hold it, especially if you start lifting the arms. If you want to go deeper, inhale, lengthen, exhale, continue your descent. Descent. Breathing through the nose. If you are very comfortable, you can breathe out through the mouth here. But for the most part, if the pose requires our attention, we need to breathe through the nose. That will allow our energy to stay in instead of, losing it. Inhale. Exhale and clasp your hands. Release them in front of you. Shift your weight forward and lift the right leg up behind you. And then your hands may stay there for support, or you can maybe grab hold of your left shin if you want to practice more balance. Inhale, and then exhale, bend the knees, step way back into a lunge, and flow. All right, so find blocks or not. Inhale, open. Exhale, pull the hips back and bow. Sweet meditative flow. Like the wave comes forward, heart opens, and then the wave pulls you back. All right, so next time you come forward, move the blocks out of the way. Place your hands to the floor and step back to down dog. And then either flow, but we're gonna come in a child's pose, or just take a couple of breaths to reset. And whenever you feel ready, knees will come to the ground, open them wide, big toes together, and allow your hips to soften. Now, after the movement comes rest. As always in life, right? We're not machines, right? Even machines need rest. So we always act, and then we rest. The nature will soon be kicking into the higher gear of growth, and everything will start speeding up, including our own processes in the body, right? We'll need a little bit less sleep. We'll need the food that is not as heavy that we want to eat, during winter. So we'll go into more activity and lighter food. There will be more sun. And right now there is the change, right? Sort of in between the seasons, when one day it's 70, another day it's 40. And the body keeps going back and forth, which is not very good for it because it's getting mixed signals, right? It's getting confused, like what is happening? Are we ready to go? No, not quite yet. So it's good to be consistent with the habits and slowly change them, right? Not to start eating salads all of a sudden, but just maybe starting to introduce them maybe twice a week or something like that, if you have not been eating them at all in winter. All right, so when you're ready, gently lift your heart and come into tabletop, but keep your knees open. All right, and then we'll flow from child's pose to sort of like a cobra. So walk your hands forward a little bit more, and then see if you can drop the pelvis, lift your head and lift your toes. Keep your shoulders down, inhale here. Exhale, pull your hips back like you're coming to child's, but we're gonna continue moving. Inhale forward, pelvis drops, opening up. Exhale, push it back. 3 more times, inhale. And exhale. If it's too difficult with the knees open, you can bring them closer. And one last time. Coming forward, dropping, opening, and exhale back. All right. Go ahead and bring your knees closer together. Come to down dog. From down dog, as you inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Exhale, step it forward into a lunge. Pivot the back foot, make it parallel to the short edge of the mat. Cartwheel your arms, come up to warrior two. Facing the windows. Now gaze down, make sure your front heel is looking at the back instep or the back heel. Good. Torso is vertical. Go deeper into the front knee. Arms really stretch out. Not leaning with the torso, but just going down with the straight body. Beautiful. One more breath here. Breathe, pull your knee this way. Yes, good. Now drop your back hand to your back thigh. Open the front palm, reach forward and up. Scoop up the light, shower it upon yourself. What is coming this year? Goodness. Lots of goodness, lots of light. Inhale. Exhale back to warrior two. Straighten your front knee, cut your hips back, lengthen forward, straighten your front knee. Kim, good. Lean forward until you can't lean anymore laterally. Release the hand to the shin or to the floor and lift your left arm up. Now press your left hip point further away from the chest, finding more expansion through the side of the body. And use the quadriceps of the front leg to lift your kneecap. Good. Now extend the top arm over your ear, sweep it down and back, come into warrior two. And then straighten your front knee, parallel your feet. Good. Now keep your arms extended, close your eyes. Turn your toes slightly in, heels out, and press through the outer edges of the feet. Inhale. Exhale, tilt your pelvis forward, come down halfway. Inhale, back up to standing. Exhale, forward, halfway. Inhale, up. And last time, exhale down and stay down. Release the hands underneath your shoulders. Now notice, do you need to widen the distance between your feet or not? Right, that's a good time to check. And then micro bend the knees a little bit. When you inhale, lift the heart in. Exhale, straighten the legs and bow. Walk your hands back between your feet and beyond. If you wish, you can grab your big toes or maybe your shins. Allow your head to go down. Soften the shoulders, the neck. Allow the head to be heavy. You are squeezing an imaginary block between the thigh, a pretty big block, right? But that's the idea. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other and towards the back. Remember, in a forward fold, that will release your back out of the pelvis. And you're pressing through the outer edges of the feet. All right, with the next inhale, start walking your hands forward and then quarter turn to the right, pivot your feet, coming to a lunge to the front of the mat and step back to down dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Firm up the belly, exhale back to down dog. 2 more times, slow motion, coming up on the tippy toes, round your back, like a wave comes forward into the plank, opening yourself here. Exhale, pull the navel in back into your down dog. And one more time, on the tippy toes, the wave comes forward into the plank, slow motion, open up, exhale back to down dog. All right, inhale, lift your left leg up behind you. Exhale, step it forward into a lunge. Pivot the back foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Cartwheel your arms, come up to warrior two. Beautiful. All right, so facing the opposite direction, make sure your front heel is looking at the back in step of the back heel. Front knee is bent. Now, lift your hip points, lengthen the tail, go deeper into it. And then your wings extend beyond. Good. Going deeper, press that front knee towards the back, like space between you. So we're opening the hips. Inhale, and then open yourself to peaceful warrior. Right hand on your back thigh with the left. You scoop up the light. Opening yourself to the new possibilities that are all around us. Remember that space in between, right? Which is all around us and within. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, straighten your front knee. Cut your hips back, lengthen forward. Release the hand to the shin and lift your right arm up. Open up your heart. Breathe. Use the quadriceps to lift your kneecap. Beautiful. Couple more breaths here. It's a very, very expansive pose. Good. Now extend the top arm over your ear. Sweep it down and back. Come to warrior two. And then straighten your front knee. Bring your hands to your hips. Parallel your feet. Good. All right. Now, heel toe once or twice. And make your heels facing inward. Toes out. Prepare for the goddess pose. Bring them closer in. About 3/4 of a leg length. Good. Good. Now bend your knees. Bring your hands to your thighs. Slightly lean forward and then drop your right shoulder down. Look over your left. And then change sides. Slowly. Couple more times, changing sides. You're pushing away and you're lengthening the torso, okay? So you're rotating from the length, not from when you squinch the body, because that is not advisable. Come back to the center. Hands come to the heart now. All right, now imagine you're leaning back. So torso is vertical, then dropping down a little bit more. And then start flowing one side to the other, one foot to the other. And as you're moving to one side, lift that heel off the floor. If that's something, not the toes, the heel. Kaya, yeah, good, good. So as you're moving, if you want more intensity, lift both heels. And maybe your thighs will start shaking, right? Couple more breaths here. Trust the breath, it will hold you up. All right, and then pause there, release the heels down, close your eyes, sink a little deeper, and inhale, standing tall, lift your prayer hands up. Exhale, rain the fingertips down. All right, now bring your feet still closer. You can turn to the front of the mat now if you want. So bring your feet about a mat width apart. We're gonna come into Malasana. So hands together, knees open, drop down. Try to keep your heels on the floor and then press your elbows into your thighs and pulse. Pulsing the thighs to open. About 5 pulses. And then press and hold and see if you can lift the heart. So here again, like you are leaning back. Beautiful. And then see if you can relax into this pose, because it's not very conducive to relaxation if we're not used to it, right? We, the Western civilization, not used to this pose at all. Okay, inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands in front of you, come into forward fold, straighten the legs and bow down, parallel your feet. And then maybe grab hold of your elbows and just allow yourself to stay in the forward fold for maybe 5 breaths, maybe do even horsey lips to get the excess energy out. Maybe fingers want to come to the floor and you shake your head a few times. All right, and then when you are ready, come down to sit on the mat with your legs in front of you. How are you doing, guys? You all right? So sitting on the mat, move the flesh from behind you. Legs are pressing down, feet are flexed. All right, so sit up tall. Close your eyes, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Find the suspension, right? The back of the head is aligned with your shoulders, with your shoulder blades and with your sacrum. Press the calves into the ground so your heels will lift up. So basically engage the calves. Your heels will lift when you engage them, right? When we have muscles and engage, they become more prominent and the heels will lift, and then release. One more time, engage the calves, lift the heels, and then release. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Now, twist over to the right, extending the arms out to the sides, and reach with your left hand, grab your right toes. If you can reach your right toes, grab the shin, okay? And pause there. Make sure you do not collapse here, right? So chest is open. Yes, good. Breathe. Inhale. Now, as you exhale, sweep that right arm forward, cross it over the left. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, surrender down into the forward fold. Once again, feeling at peace with the whole universe. All of a sudden, we notice that we start vibrating at a higher frequency. We start noticing how birds sing, how the river flows, how leaves crunch under the feet. Little things that we haven't noticed before. When we start opening ourselves up and tuning in, we notice them, right? That's how the universe shows itself to us. Now, lift the heart up and keep your left hand, your right hand on the left toes. Sort of extricate your left hand from underneath and move it out to the back, opening yourself up. Keep your feet flexed and your spine long. So do not round your back here. Opening up to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, sweep that left arm, cross it over the right. One more time, we're gonna go into forward fold. So inhale, lift. Exhale, surrender. And in this time, you can release your toes and release the hands down, maybe on the ground. Allow your head to be heavy. Breathing. To feel more expansion within yourself. Hands on the floor. If you're not released them yet, gently prop yourself up to seated. And let's come to a cross-legged position. We'll do breathing practice, which is really good. If you practice it daily, you'll definitely notice results. It's a square breath. Samavriti Pranayama. We're going to be inhaling on the count of 4, holding it in for 4, exhaling for 4, and holding it out for 4. Torso is upright, pull the navel in, pelvic floor muscles lifted, chin is slightly in, okay? Hands can stay on the knees or in your lap. Inhale fully, exhale completely, through the nose, all through the nose, and then we begin. Inhale on 1, 2, 3, 4. Smooth breath, hold it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale on 1, 2, through the nose. 3, 4. Hold it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale on 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale on 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale on 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale on 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more rounds. Inhale on 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last round. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale fully. Exhale through the nose completely. Push all the air out, out, out. Make fists, stack them, lean forward, release the forehead down onto your fists. Turn your gaze to your third eye, no breath. You exhaled it all out. Turn gaze to your third eye. Lift your pelvic floor muscles up. Now inhale, inhale. Lifting the head, lifting the heart, place your hands onto your knees. Exhale completely once again through the nose. Now, no breath. Lift your heart and like a soldier at attention, drop your chin down, pull your navel in, lift the pelvic floor muscles up. Gaze to your third eye, no breath. Squeeze the spine. And then lift the chin, inhale. Exhale. And then for about half a minute, just notice the effects. Feel that expansion within. Keep your eyes closed. We're doing all these physical practices, like energetical, to really find that space in between. You may feel the awareness goes in and also up, and it starts to expand. And that's how we prepare for meditation, right? We're not, I'm talking in general, we're not meditating right now, though we are in the meditative space. Go ahead and come down onto your belly. But it's a good practice to do before meditation if you're practicing meditation, because you are accessing, the higher potential of your mind. So propping yourself in the Sphinx pose, tops of the feet down, pelvis grounded, elbows underneath your shoulders, forearms are parallel, spread your fingers, pull yourself forward and up. This one is an active pose. If you really call to close your eyes, you can, but otherwise just find a spot and you can have just a soft gaze, a slightly like half closed, like Buddha eyes. It's very soft. If you feel too much compression in the lower back, feel free to open your legs wider or to move your elbows forward. That will decrease a little bit of that compression. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale. 1 more, inhale. And as you exhale, hands together, elbows open wide, release your chest down, release your chin or your cheek to the hands, bend the knees, and windshield wiper your shin side to side. That will decompress the lower back. Extend the legs and extend the arms forward. We'll do a back bending series, so be mindful of your back and just go up as much as your back will allow, but don't push yourself too much, especially if you're new to yoga, all right? So legs extend. Main thing in back bends is the length, right? So legs extend, body extends, you lengthen yourself as much as you can. Now, lift your legs off the floor. Try to keep them close together. Now, lift your arms in the chest. Inhale. Exhale to cactus arms. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, cactus. 3 more times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One last time. Inhale, exhale. Hands down and surrender. Deep belly breath. Yeah. Allow your knees to bend and gently move. All right, and one more out of the back bending sequence. I will give you a suggestion. So you can either do locust like we have done, you can do cobra, or if you want more intensity, let's go for the bow pose. So if you want the bow, you know the cobra and the locust. If you're ready for the bow pose, bend your knees, grab your feet or your ankles, and then bring your knees closer together. Then flex your feet and kick your feet so you can lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your knees closer together. Breathe. The body may move, especially with the breath. Inhale. And exhale, surrender. And now about 5 deep belly breaths here. Really drawing the energy through the belly button into the body. Beautiful. So whenever you feel ready, go ahead and roll onto your back. All right, so first of all, get comfortable on your back. Bring both knees into the chest. As you bring your knees, kind of lift your tail, right? So you can allow your lower back to lengthen down. And then create a little bit of rocking movement side to side to massage the muscles on the back, along the spine, in the hip area. Then place your hands onto the knees and make some small circles with the knees. Try to keep your hips down, grounded, right? If it moves a little bit, you know, like your sacrum lifts a little bit, that's fine, but try to keep it mostly grounded. And then go the other way. All right, now pause, extend the arms out to the sides. And then continue making circles with your knees, only make them bigger. And the bigger the longer you extend the legs, like you know, when you move your knees further away, you can extend the legs and then bend the knees closer to you again. So the more intense it will be. So you choose how big the circles are. And then go ahead and change the direction. They can be really small, or you can extend the legs all the way. I promise you this is the last abdominal engagement. And then release the feet down. Open the feet wide and allow your knees to just come together. Place both hands onto your belly. Just a couple of deep breaths. And the rest is just gentle supine stretches before we come into the final relaxation. So first we'll do supine pigeon. So cross your right ankle over the left knee. And for some of you, that will be enough. And you can place your right hand on top of your right thigh, on the inside rather, and just push it away. If you're here, make sure the lower back stays grounded, okay? So you just press it into the floor. Otherwise, lift your left foot off the floor, reach through the keyhole, grab the back of your left thigh, clasp your hands there. And then once again, press your right elbow into your right thigh. Make sure your front foot is flexed. So your right foot in front of you is flexed. The idea is to have the shin perpendicular to the body. We're opening the outer right hip. So breathe deeply into that area. Sometimes you can rock side to side. Any kind of movement or rocking that signals the brain that there is no danger here, it's safe, so the body can relax. Now gently unclasp your hands, release your left foot to the floor. Slide the right shin to the outside of your left. So your right knee is on top of your left, like you're sitting on a chair. Extend the arms out to the sides in a T shape. Press the left foot into the floor, lift your hips a little bit and scoot them a couple of inches to the right, lower the knees to the left. Right knees on top, you're moving the knees to the left. Make sure right shoulder stays down. Breathe. And now you may notice when we were starting the class, we had a gentle supine twist and the body was not as warm yet, right? So it was sort of difficult maybe to keep the shoulder down, but now the body is like molasses flowing. It's very pliable. Letting go of the external. Notice if you are harboring the tension anywhere. Even if we think we're relaxed, you can still find maybe some spaces that are not completely relaxed, right? Maybe the neck, maybe even the toes are sort of curled up. And with the next breath in, slowly lift your knees up. Feet to the floor, lift your hips and realign your spine. Bring both knees into the chest. Gently rock the body to reset, side to side. Good. Then release the feet to the floor, supine pigeon on the other side. Cross your left ankle over the right knee, flex the foot. Maybe keep your lower back down and press the left hand into your thigh and stay here. Or reach through the keyhole, grab the back of your right thigh, clasp your hands behind there, and just pull that thigh closer to you. The more you pull the thigh closer to you, the closer you bring the foot, right? And then your left elbow presses into your left thigh. So we are externally rotating that leg out, that hip out. And what you're feeling is the outer left hip. You will feel the glutes there. You will feel the smaller muscles underneath the glutes. That will, as they are being stretched, they release the tension on the sciatic nerve. Right, so that's a good preventative measure. And explore here. Maybe there is a little bit of movement, maybe it's stillness, but it's sort of a consistent pressure of the left elbow into the thigh to experience that external rotation of the leg in the hip. Take another breath in here. And as you breathe out, unclasp your hands, release the right foot to the floor, slide the left knee on top of the right, extend the arms out to the sides, lift your hips, scoot them a couple of inches to the left, lower the knees to the right. And then the head turns over to the left and breathe. Everything softens. The body goes into the relaxation at this point pretty much by itself. When you feel ready with the next breath in, possibly start lifting your knees up. Realign your spine, unravel the legs, realign the spine, bring both knees into the chest. Pull them in. Gently rock a few times. Now, the last pose before Savasana will be supported fish because it's a great heart opener. All right, so find your blanket or a block. Most of you are familiar with the supported fish. I prefer to have it on the rolled up blanket. Some of you may want to place it in between your shoulder blades, right? At the bottom of the shoulder blades where the bra strap is, especially for you guys. All right, so otherwise roll up the blanket, hold on to it, and then just lie down like that so you're elevated. The heart is elevated. And if the head is coming off the blanket and if it doesn't bother you, that's fine. Otherwise, place the block underneath, or maybe you have a sweater or something else. And then extend your legs and keep your arms down. They can be slightly open out away from the body or just down by your sides. And then notice how the heart starts to open, right? It's elevated. It's a very gentle back bend, and it's a supported back bend, so we don't need to do anything. The gravity is pulling us down. And that space that we protect most starts to blossom. Blossoming with love to yourself. We have to experience that first before we can share it with anybody else. Allow yourself to bask in that brilliant light that comes, that emanates from the heart, that radiates far beyond what we think it radiates. Now stay in the pose. If you have a blanket underneath you, if you have a block, I suggest you remove the block and just release the back onto the floor. But if you have a blanket, feel free to keep the blanket down. One thing I want you to do is to bend your knees now. We're not yet coming into Shavasana yet. We'll come into in a couple of minutes, okay? So bend your knees, feet come to the floor. Now, bring all your fingertips together on one hand and then on the other, and then bring them to your heart space. And then inhale, drawing the love from your heart. Hold the breath, bring your fingertips to your third eye, and exhale so that you can feel the love and it becomes your vision. When you breathe it out, hold the breath out, bring your fingertips to your heart. Inhale. Hold the breath in, bring your fingertips to your third eye. Exhale. Hold the breath out. Fingertips come to the heart and continue for a few more rounds. Inhale from the heart. Hold, bring, move them to the third eye and exhale. And then hold again, move them down, and a few more times like that. Finish the round you're on. Release your arms down. And slowly prepare for Savasana. So if you have a blanket, go ahead and move it. Just roll off the blanket and push it off to the side. And then grab whatever you may need, right? You may put on a sweater, some socks, a blanket. I'll turn the lights down a little bit. If you need a blanket, let me know. I'll be happy to bring you one. And then extend your legs down. Extend your arms. Lift your heart a little bit, bring the shoulder blades slightly closer in. And then release them back down. Inhale. And use the next exhalation as a way to push off the shore of consciousness so that you can allow the breath to take you deeper inside of the safe haven of your heart that's filled with peace, serenity, joy, and so much love. Take a slightly deeper breath in. Noticing what happens in the body when the breath comes in. Feeling the expansion of the chest, the opening of the lungs. It's the life force that comes in and wants to manifest itself. And the way it manifests is movement. So allow your toes to move. Allow your fingers to gently move. As if they were playing or orchestrating a symphony of the life. When you feel ready, gently bend the knees. Roll over to the right. Pause in there for a couple of easy breaths in the fetal position as the transitional space from the corpse pose on the way to be born into the life again. When you feel ready, extend the top leg, prop yourself with the arms and come up to seated with the legs crossed and the eyes closed, and sit up tall. Allow your navel to be drawn to the spine to support it. Open the heart. And as you inhale, spread your wings wide again, allowing yourself to wake up fully. As you exhale, draw your hands to the heart, bowing down with gratitude for all the grace and love that we're being showered with every breath. Namaste. Thank you so much.